We hit the whole dance hall remix before the shit went even on. Welcome back to BRP.
What?
Club 835 is in the building again. I think right now this is the post Vegas cool down. Whether you was in Vegas or you was just at home. I don't know if I'm sick or if it's just pollen. The weather got mad nice over the last day, and immediately my whole nose just like it's just everything. It's just right there. See?
No, that was a piece of chicken.
it's the post Vegas cool down mukbang episode of shout out to Antoine. You the tribal chief for real. Shout out Ken Lou, piece of Ken Lou. Joe Dixon says 3 picks done. Everybody popping in now. Shout out Rattler Steve, DeAndre. You got that post Vegas sinus issue. I was fine until yesterday.
Cigarette and weed smoke, man.
Yo, how did the casino said smoke free? Shout out Sean Tragedy. That's crazy. But everything smelled like cigarettes. The whole. I took a picture and sent it on put on my Instagram stories. My homie was like, "Yo, that place stinks." It was just talking about the cigarette smoke or cigarette smell. Is the final boss appearing tonight to explain why he wasn't at Mania? Nah, he already explained it.
I told y'all nigga.
That was a shirt I should. Yeah, we'll talk about it. That was a shirt I should have wore. I didn't wear it. I have a final boss shirt that I gotta wear one of these. I was gonna wear it night 2. But I didn't. I was wearing it night 2, hoping that The Rock was gonna beat her. But then I ended up not doing it because I had a feeling The Rock wasn't gonna be nowhere. So that shirt was sitting in the bag. Oh shit! Shout out Mimi.
I said, "Hey yo."
They damn, she got this one. Wow.
That ain't graphics. It's a nigga in there just throwing fruity pebbles on top of Mimi.
Hold on, girl.
Dance for me, girl.
It's up, right?
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
What's up, Mimi? How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
They say I may have a WrestlePox. I don't know if that's true.
What is that? What is a WrestlePox?
I think I like yesterday. It's just like I don't know. It's the weather change, and I got like it's in my nose. I can feel it. I know you might get it later, fam, but I need you to hear about that bootleg. Oh wow! I was gonna put the public service announcement. I'm gonna just say this. If you don't get the shirt when we sell it, and you buy the shirt from the bootleg man, we know. I know.
Is that a pre-show story, or is it because mine? It's like it's a story, right?
I mean, what? So on night 1, before night 1, matter of fact, it was maybe an hour after we all learned that WWE bought AAA. We'll probably talk about that a little bit later on. It was a guy at the spot, Tom's Watch Bar, who it was the second BRP shirt I saw. I always forget my man's name. He had the official tissue, Bad News Brown, homie with the braids.
Right. So hold on, Cal, because it's for me it's
go. That's the setup. Go in.
So we at the work pod meet and greet, right?
Thanks.
Which your man came and hugged me. I was like,
Who Ben?
All right, shoes. Like,
oh,
nah.
Yeah, shout out Shoemaker. That's the guy.
Right, shout out shoes. But we're sitting there chilling, and the guy speaks as I walk by.
Right.
And he has a Nation shirt on.
Yeah, Nation shirt, Nation on the front.
Right. So he has a Nation shirt on. In my mind, if he has a Nation shirt, he knows who we are.
Right.
We're having a conversation, and I get about a minute and a half in to realize this nigga don't got no idea who I am.
He don't know nothing about nothing.
Which is fine.
Right.
But then either was it you, Cal, that came and put the plug in my ear?
I spotted it early. I told your cousin, and then because the thing is, all right. I've been staring at. I wear these shirts all the time. I know how these shirts is constructed. I know when a graphic is on the front and when a graphic's on the back. And the nation run that we did. Shouts out to anybody who caught back in the day. The t-shirts. The t-shirt. I'll show you something. The t-shirt had the white Black Rasslin script on it with the nation on the back, and it looked great. It was just like your cousin's been in that. Something over the heart and there's something over the back. The Nation crew necks had the graphic on the front, and then a little black. It's the same text from the T-shirt, but just on the back in the center.
So the only thing is also Cuz is notorious for one-offs for certain people, right? And I don't know if he bounced past the arrow or misprinted somebody. I don't know Buddy, but I thought Buddy knew us.
Nah.
And then Cal, I think it was Cal that came by. Yeah, you know that's phony, right?
Nah, yeah, I had to let I had to let people know that it's the Fugazi shirt. It's the Fugazi shirt.
Hey, nigga, you out here wearing the Fugazi? You know what I'm saying? I hope you get a rash on your back.
Now, mind you,
in the shape of the nation domination.
I'm not gonna say where I believe he's from, but shouts out to Seahawk. Like he knew Seahawk, knows Seahawk.
Well, everybody knew that nigga, man.
Mimi was like, "Hey, you gonna tell that nigga? You about to say something to that nigga?"
Because you know me, I like to confront it head on. I mean, it's no reason to kind of like pussyfoot around it. We just gotta talk. Let's talk about it, right? That's how I feel about it.
But what's the conversation? You bought a fake one.
Hey,
you
with a shirt you have on.
You bought a fake shirt for my podcast. What's your podcast with these answers? Exactly. You feel what I'm saying?
Where'd you get that shirt from? Because it don't look like ours.
But this is the key though, because I didn't think about it till later. That's the impact of a good image.
That's right.
Because when them shirts was gone and them people on them websites would put out them little bootleg Fugazi versions and whatnot on them websites, clearly somebody copped. Just like clear, and I haven't checked in a minute. There were 2 BRP pieces of merch, official pieces, up on eBay. I guess they didn't like the pieces no more. I don't know.
Oh, we on the resale market? And
it wasn't bad. It was like 70. I think the shirt was like 70. I said, "Oh shit, that's what's up." I gotta check again to see. But that's what I'm saying. That's the impact of a good image. BRP on Temu is crazy. I don't know what them websites are, but we got to tell people, look, that ain't us. Let me see if I can find the shirt though. One sec.
CNT.
I'm just saying.
CNT.
Which is all sorts of foolishness. That was a very entertaining part of the weekend. What is your favorite non-wrestling related thing that happened in Las Vegas?
Yep. That was it.
That's the back. My fault. I'm sorry. Just so we clear.
My favorite non-wrestling part of it has to be. It's always our cab rides. Our cab rides are fucking legendary,
nigga. Y'all singing, you and Tavia and V singing Backstreet Boys and I'll Be Sure and the goddamn.
That's V. When we went to the brunch on Sunday, it was all like late 80s, early 90s bops on the radio.
Right. Yes. It is always a key getting in the car. The DDM breaking out in song randomly.
No, that is incessant.
Look you right in your face. Look you dead in your face.
Dead in your face and just break out into song.
Like it'll be like any song, like you said, dead in your face. Like written all over your face.
Yes.
You know, and then here I come in the background. Yeah, that's
exactly. That's why. Yeah. That's why. Nah.
John and Gene beefing about getting in the car and where Gene's going to sit.
It's eternal beef between them two.
Okay, V. You know, just shaking people down, especially Cal on where he been, where his paycheck. She wanted to see a paycheck to make sure that he was working.
Yeah, she had to check my time card and shit. No. God damn.
Yeah, I man. Mean, shout out to Jeff and D, man.
Shout out to Jeff and
D. It was just pure fucking hilarious. Now I have a question. We're going to do one high and one low. That was my high.
Okay.
My absolute fucking low.
Okay.
Was enjoying Fourth Rope, but wishing it would fucking end.
Would it have been better if it started like on the time?
Yes.
Because
maybe.
It was
maybe.
I mean, last year. You were dead when we got there for the show to start at 11:59 p.m. And it ended around like 2:30. It was like 2:45 the show was done. We was going outside to the car or whatever. Mm-hmm. This show started around 1:45, 12:50, something like that.
That's 3 in the morning.
It was 3:30 when they were just setting up the cage for the main event. And that's not including...
I'm talking about... We're on the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
So it's starting.
Our clock is on 3 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't think my clock ever changed. Or if it did, it was like right at the end of the trip. I was always thinking about thinking in East Coast time that 9 o'clock on the West Coast felt like cheat hours.
Hey, it's the birthday boy. It's the birthday boy. It's the birthday boy.
I'm not gonna play it, but they did serenade Math at the Yami spot.
We did.
The video got V's likeness in it. I don't know if she'll.
No, you gotta put it out. She gonna be alright.
Yeah, all right.
And when
look at you scared.
Yeah, all right. You say that when she's not here, and then I got it.
Man.
She all right.
Hey, man. You good, bro? Where your teeth at, you said?
Where my teeth at?
Where my teeth at? There you go.
They right there.
There you go.
Every time John or Gene looked at Cuz and his face wasn't what they wanted, they would say, "Yeah, he got his teeth in, yo."
Yeah, his teeth in. Yeah.
Every time that nigga got his teeth in,
a demon.
I hate them. I hate them.
I think I obsess. You know how like you travel with people every year. I only see them like maybe once or twice a year. Right. 3 times is like a treat, right?
Right.
And I think this trip collectively as a whole for me felt like the sweet spot. Like I don't care. Meaning I bought makeup, didn't put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I really did not care about I didn't care about shit.
Like glamming up or anything like that. Yeah. It was too hot for that shit. At a certain point anyway. It was cold and then it was too hot for that. Math. One Fake.
Max Headroom, yo.
It's Roblox plus his NBA draft. He's stuck.
Oh,
NFL draft,
NFL
NBA playoffs.
My fault. And Roblox. Damn, this nigga stuck. No, fam. Vegas high, Vegas low. Non-wrestling, like you said.
Vegas high is seeing all my folks from the other chat at excuse me, Ashe. So like Jeff, D, god dang, I seen Sloan before, Mika, you know what I'm saying? All the folks, man, it was really, you mean, we always go, god dang it. I wanted Ashton Genty.
Damn.
But
Knicks win is 70-62.
God dang it. It's a bad sports night.
8 minutes in the third.
But yeah, I think I don't know if this counts as wrestling related, I guess, but the let out after the first morning show. You know what I'm saying? The parking lot, the Ashley. Nick, the professor pulls out 2 minis of Crown. Talk about, come on, fam, let's go.
What this would have been? What, like 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Although I guess do people you could. I don't know if you can get alcohol all the time in Vegas, but you probably can.
You can.
I don't know. I didn't know. I wasn't downstairs in my casino in the hotel that early to know if the bar was still open or not. I probably could have bought some beer in that motherfucker though.
Yes.
Vegas Low was getting off the plane, going into the liquor store, and they wanted $80 for a fifth of that. Yeah.
Yo, the prices out there.
So I we went to Fremont after night one. I got a bottle for $40. It was a little overpriced.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not. That was a reasonable price to pay.
Yeah, I would imagine paying something. I would actually probably imagine paying a little more depending on where I was outside. But 80 is crazy. It was like that in my hotel though. It was damn near. It might have been $10 for a tall can of Heineken.
Wow.
It might have been $10 for a tall can of Heineken. They said if you get 2, we'll give you an airplane because they had little airplane shooters. I'm like, if I wanted a goddamn airplane, I would just buy the damn bottle you guys said. But I know that bottle is taxing right now.
Listen, but the first shot of Crown Royal or the first drink, I paid $20
for a shot.
Or a drink, I don't drink. I don't shoot it. I drink it on the rock. Yeah, they want $20.
I don't know if do I remember.
Antoine, you was there?
Do I remember Fam's drink order? Fam's drink order and Ben's drink order. It's not different, but y'all both be having like a little lime situation added to them.
Yeah, Crown Royal on the rocks, 2 limes.
2 limes, and I think Ben does a vodka soda, 2 limes. If I'm not mistaken. Anyway, Vegas high, Vegas low. I think for all the talk about Vegas being like the food town, I think I peaked early. It was the first night. Me and a couple of work associates and squad went to Roy Choi's best friends. The spot. It looked like it was in the hotel. I guess Roy Choi is a big, chef out there. His chef truck was in the spot. Like it was like the food truck was there. I bought something off. It was all right, but
something like Ray Chu and the crew.
Something like that. Nah, something like that. But the front of the spot looked like you could cop beer. Well, I guess you could cop alcohol there, but I guess it was also like a little restaurant. But then when you go in, it was like a whole situation. You had a DJ up there was playing and shit. It was like family style. It was dope. It was really good food. After that, it was downhill.
I didn't see Vaughn at all. I didn't see Vaughn
another
at all. Down. That's another down for me because I didn't see people.
I finally saw Corey on Sunday.
Right.
Wow. I didn't see Corey at all.
Corey was at the.
I don't see Corey.
He was at Andreas and Jamie. I don't know what time he left though. When I was there, he was there. He talked to me about buying championship belts. I don't know what time he was heading to the show though. Vegas Low was leaving. It's semi wrestling related. Leaving WrestleMania or leaving Allegiant Stadium night 1. Because like technically, like they were saying, oh, we gonna walk from the meet and greet to night 1, and then when it went from 20-minute walk to like 30 to 40-minute walk, Joker said, we're gonna get a car and we're gonna take the car over them. But the thought was you leave Allegiant Stadium, You walk over this bridge, and then we were going to go to the one hotel to catch a tram to go to the hotel that's like a 5-minute walk from ours. It made sense. But you leave Allegiant Stadium, and where you start to walk up the bridge and where the ride share are is in the same area. Right. So it's you basically making a big ass can of sardines, and everybody's trying to push. But I found it was that on that bridge is where the bootleg man was. I didn't get the second one. The second bootleg shirt was the better bootleg shirt, but he ain't had the shirt in my size, so I didn't cop it. Hey, shut up. You about to say something?
For me?
You.
Can you see me?
Yes.
I'm not on the screen on my shit. I don't know what's going on this month.
Your camera, I don't know, look a little tilted. I don't know what's going on. We could see it. You had your arms up in the air and shit.
Like I ain't even on there. I can't even see myself.
You pointing
we see you.
Yeah, we see you. We see
you.
Don't do no crazy shit.
Like
hey, cuz we talking non-wrestling highs and lows of Vegas.
75, 71 niggas.
Lows is my cousins. I hate them niggas.
Shout out John and G. Tag Team Supreme.
Highs, we ate good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lolo's chicken and waffles.
Lolo's was good. That was good.
We ate real good. I got to see a lot of people.
D-pause. Happy belated to Math. Math turned 87 the other day.
A whopping 87.
Bless his heart. You know, still in the building. Still in the building. What Gene fired?
We sitting at the table, and I think they had just sang "Happy Birthday" to Cuz, and Rock was like, "Yeah, I don't even think I know exactly how old you is." Cuz was like, "You'll never know," and so I just told him.
This nigga told him.
He said 54.
What a snitching is this?
Shit. The snitching you can find every Thursday night, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It was just Rock the hand warmer.
Hey,
see, you see what I'm saying? You see?
Hey, yo, I don't know what's going on, but it sounds nefarious. It sounds scandalous. Nah. You mentioned earlier. It was good. It was really good to see a bunch of people, including Rock and everybody working on them. Anybody you didn't know work, they'd always say the brother in the suit.
He was dressed for Vegas, and I loved it. I loved it.
Work had on a 19-piece suit at the pool.
Yeah, yo, Work was just like he was about.
Work said, not today, fam. Not today.
Oh, that's funny.
Get this nigga off the screen over.
Get. Wait, Matt, that was your cousins was your low. What was your high?
I gave you. We had good food.
Oh, you said the food. What was the best food?
Yeah. Damn. You said, I'm sorry. What was the best?
What was the best food?
I would say that late night chicken spot in the Link.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that.
And it wasn't even great. It was just because it was available late.
Right. In my hotel, they had Italy in it. That was fairly late. Yeah, it was pretty.
That's one of my favorite places in New York.
We caught a drink there, and Scott Steiner and what? That was the thing. Like, I don't know who was where, but like Scott Steiner would walk. That was the weird part too. It was like the most like random wrestler interactions.
Next year, Jermaine. That's next year.
Damn, I didn't know nothing.
We was at the chicken place. We was at the chicken place talking to X-Pac.
That's crazy.
About what?
Like, they were just nothing. About nothing.
Shout out.
Nigga, the chicken good. You smoking good? Yeah, I'm smoking good. I mean, you know what I mean?
Smoking good. This was this the weekend that everybody just said, fuck it, we gonna let the world know that Pat McAfee always smell like reefers?
He does?
Yo, when John Cena at the beginning of the John Cena conversation, John Cena was like, "Yeah, you smell like you doing good." Yeah, and somebody else had referenced, "Hey, DDM, how you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing?"
Yo, one of my highs is DDM geeking out to the Hardys coming out.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That was the most unexpected situation.
The icon, y'all know I love them. Y'all know I love the Hardy Boys. Shout out to them, Lyra.
It's no, but this is why it's good to go outside with your squad, because like sometimes it be an indie show, so I know sometimes people on their phone, they be swipe whatever. I knew the Hardy Boys had a match. I was actually more hyped because the word was that it seemed like Devon's kid, and it ended up being Devon's sons was who they was facing. When that music hit and DDM, oh my fucking God, it started thrusting. I said that was crazy, and then when they inevitably won, he turned around and looked at me and did shit again.
They icons, they legends, you know. The Hardys, and for me, y'all already know the Hardys are the Hardy Boys and Lyra are iconic to me. So,
Facts.
And see them up close. I don't care how old you are.
Look.
On camera. Oh my God.
With the gold dust jacket. YouTube.com/Black Rasslin if you're listening online. I may have to, I have a bunch of photos and like random videos. You
need to upload them because I don't know what you got.
I may need to, but I was gonna say too, it may make sense to like if there's anything collectively, we may need to put some type of like
a BRP folder. We have that folder.
We should put some stuff together, and we could put like a video up on the YouTube or something, like a little scatter vlog situation, because that was a lot of fun. Oh, DDM. Speaking of your excitement over the Hardy Boys, we've been talking about what was your Vegas high, as well as what was your Vegas low.
Non-wrestling.
Non-wrestling Vegas high, Vegas low. Yes. Excuse me.
My Vegas high would have to be, and this is just one of them, but I think it's funny. Wednesday night, before everybody, I think Kyle was in, Mimi was on her way in, and Sam wasn't coming in until Thursday morning. Me and Mav had dinner at this restaurant called Favorite. Right. And we got in the cab to go meet work. And the cab driver trying to get the cab driver trying to get Mav to buy a massage from her pretty girls.
Oh, and wow.
Me calling Mav the whole ride and her believing it. And that was probably that was a high for me. Just
right.
And I didn't realize, because we talk to each other regularly here. Matt and Fan we live in the same state, in the same region. But it was really fun to see how great we get along and how much our humor, me and Matt's humor, is very similar.
Yes.
So it was interesting seeing that. So that was a high because it was hilarious. Big low. Probably being constantly accosted to buy something. They're selling, but Vegas, in my opinion, this round, like ever since COVID and stuff like that, they just were overselling to the point where it was giving go away. It was giving very much that.
Was it my cab in? It was one of my first rides when I was in Vegas, and the guy was talking about how. I'd already read it that I guess the tourism had been down however much percent this past quarter as than in previous years, and he's hitting me over the head, and I'm sitting there like, just times is hard for everybody. Like people ain't got the money they would normally have to be going outside and just throwing stuff up in the air, circus. Like it's not to say because
exactly.
There were a lot of people outside, but it's a different situation.
Very different.
I didn't have no sympathy for homeboy. He kind of stopped talking after that conversation. Well, because what you want me to say? The people don't bring the money. Yeah, I ain't got no money neither, partner. Let's go. Get to go.
Right.
Nigga we was sitting at the bar and a lady just came and she didn't even say nothing. She walked up to niggas with a sign that just said massage.
Massage.
This feels like entrapment, lady.
One thing they're gonna sell you in Vegas is a massage. They're gonna sell you a massage. You gonna get a massage in Vegas.
Overhand or underhand. Overhand or underhand.
You're gonna get a massage.
Massaging.
For me, it was the overseller for me.
It was I had one Lyft driver, who readily admitted to me that he was a gambling addict.
Not a degenerate.
He said he lived there about a year. He said he didn't realize till he went to Vegas that he had a gambling addiction. But he was a hustler. Like he was I know this is a Lyft car, but if you hit the little tablet on my Yami, my number's there. You call me, I'll drive you around for whatever the price may be. And that happened a lot. One of the listeners at the work pod, we met up with him at the end of night 2, and he was having a whole conversation with Yami, and he was ready to have us get. He was like, yeah, he just Pedro, whatever, just be when we ready to go, we ready to go. Lyft driver said he be hustling dudes to go to the gentlemen's clubs because
he hustles them.
Mimi, he said the club pay you $80 a dude.
They pay you $160 a dude.
That you get different rate. He said it was like $20 to bring women because they don't really want to bring women to the clubs. But he said, but this is the thing, Mimi. So the hustle be like, all right, bet you call me. He'll tell the dude, you call me. I know where all the clubs is at. 2-3 hours you want to go to the clubs, we go to the one club. I'll wait out here for you. The dudes go in the club. Why they go in the club? Here go your little commission for bringing the dudes
How
to the
we
club.
didn't get that? We could have made some money.
Nah, nigga came to me.
Number if you want.
Nah, nigga came up to me. He said, yo, it's a steakhouse, right? It's a steakhouse with a titty bar in the back. Well, it's not a titty bar. It's a gentleman's club.
Oh.
What was? How do you know about that?
He was the dude. He was selling niggas. He was human trafficking niggas into the.
That's what it is. It's human trafficking niggas into the strip club. That's what it is. Because it's all trying to get the money.
Nigga get $1.60 a body like at the Bunny Ranch.
It's $1.60. And they was like, yo, if you call, I was like, yo, I got like 10 people with me.
Right.
And she was like, and she said, I make 2 trips.
Because they send limos to you.
Vaughn, did you go to a titty bar?
They said they send limos to people sometimes if you need a ride to the club.
Hey, nigga, Joe Vaughn had that
coke.
Hey, Chris Alley. What are we drinking? The Nectar Imperial? What we drinking?
Scrambled Coke and smack.
What we drinking? Nectar Imperial?
Of course.
Am I watching Pay the Full when we're done after this? God damn.
You know what's up. He know what's up.
Nigga like me, man. I love the game. I love the hustle, man.
Right.
Money making Mitch. I can smell a nigga with some money.
I love the hustle. Yeah, shouts out to that Lyft driver for opening my eyes to the different hustles out there in Vegas as a driver. Goddamn.
I'm a hustler, baby.
He said 80 a body.
I just want to know.
He said sometimes he don't even charge for the women because he know they're not really caring about the women go to the club. They want them men. Oh yeah, shout out Peeps. Happy belated as well. Peeps just had her birthday the other day as well, man.
Just the other day, yo.
Just the other day.
Boober.
Got in the boober. Yo, topless Uber rides. That's some money. Y'all niggas pay me my bread. Topless Uber rides.
Topless Uber ride like one of our regular rides, nigga.
Jesus. Not mine. You
ain't ride with us.
You can't do that, can you?
Happy birthday, Pete.
You can't legally see. Oh, seeing those birthday was the other day too. God damn, everybody. It's today?
Cena was yesterday.
I thought
it was
so.
yesterday.
Happy belated to your 7. You never seen 17, John Cena and Cena as well.
Thank you, Cena, for making that for waking us up from this nightmare that we was in.
The American Nightmare.
Yes.
Adrenaline.
Yes.
Still in it. We still in it.
Are we? Well, it's
we out that fever dream
for now. Man, you know what? Actually, before we get to the wrestling talk, before we get to the WrestleMania wrestling talk, I guess rest in peace, Steve Mongo McMichael, who just passed the other day. I feel like we talked about him having some type of illness a minute ago on the pod.
Long time ago.
Yeah, he had a years long battle with ALS, is what they say. He was 67 years old. I guess, I mean, I was watching something. They were saying that his first wrestling experience was being part of the Lawrence Taylor Bam Bam Bigelow Mania match. I guess he was one of the NFL players that was part of LT's crew, but it was really when he went to WCW. A lot of people remember him as a member of the Four Horsemen. As well as being a long-standing member of their commentary team with a Chihuahua. He will hold the Chihuahua. He was Mongo. He character. If you watch Botchamania, he was regular. He
stank in the ring. He stunk in the ring,
and he was like a very unique voice on the commentary team. I'm not saying it was good or bad. It was very.
I liked him on commentary.
I liked him more on commentary than I did as a part of the Forest when I go front. He was the big dude that they needed, but he didn't look to me like he needed to be with Arn and Rick and. Was it Benoit or Malenko? I forget which one was which at the time. It was around that era. Jericho was trying to be in the squad. It probably, I think, again, it was whatever was going on at that time frame. But he was with them for a minute. He was with anyway. Go back and watch Nitro. Mongo's all over that. He's all over that. Rest in peace to him. Is there anything else? 88-80, fam. Knicks is still in the lead. We're less than a minute and a third. I could be a whole sports update ass nigga. Is there anything else we gotta talk about before we get to
right now, nigga?
Get to the shits?
Gets to the shits.
Because there's some shits to get.
Because there's some shits to get into.
Yeah, there's some told you so's. There's some I don't know.
Make sure you have her in the queue.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Who? Boosie? How old is Boosie's daughter now?
Boosie's daughter like 30.
I told y'all niggas.
Right,
she is really.
I mean, that may have been from the early 90s. I don't know when she. I don't know.
Oh man,
no, I'm just kidding.
That was her like a couple of years ago.
Don't believe me.
Nah, that was early black wrestling.
This was super. This is one of the first.
Oh, so she's probably like 18 now.
Yeah,
16.
I thought she was 15.
Well, this.
I told y'all niggas.
That's when Boosie got out of jail. So when did Boosie get out of jail? That's when she was age then.
Okay.
Whenever she told y'all, that's when he got out.
I told y'all niggas.
Whenever she told y'all, nah, we need to. Let's get to the end.
Oh wait,
what?
Aren't we supposed to do something before?
We'll get there. We with that.
I thought we normally do it before.
We.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed card of All-Star Wrestling Division.
Yeah, I don't want to jump the gun on a momentous occasion. Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast. if you've been rocking with the squad, not only and you're watching on YouTube, you'll know that Math is gone. The squad is at least back from Vegas, safe at home, and you know that God is clearly still working on us. As always, it's your boy Cal. I ain't got no title. I ain't got nothing but whatever's left in the 6-pack, my squad, and a bunch of damn WrestleMania conversation to have in my sneakers. But as you can see, the squad is on the line. Current champ. Say what's good to the people, yo.
What's good to the people, the people, the people.
I like that. That's nice. That's nice. DDM.
What's going on, y'all? It's DDM, UXT of BRP, back from Las Vegas. Happy to be back home in Baltimore. I'm good on Vegas for a while.
I understand that. I 100% understand that. Brother Fam.
Will you leave too?
Hey guys. I'm sitting here hoping my Cowboys do something.
Oh, shit.
As well as my Pistons this evening. Focused, man.
Focus, man.
Let you niggas live in Vegas.
Facts. Few times. Brother Matthew. Damn.
1854. Cal.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Cal.
What's poppin'? Goddamn, what's up?
Cal.
I just seen you the other day. What's going on?
Lo and behold, the Thursday night portrait. The Krylon still drying. Be careful leaning on it.
Facts. Fuck it up.
Our content overflowing. I frame it like a corset.
Talk to him.
The basis is heinous, but what we make of it is gorgeous.
Oh, shit. Stop it.
Corner store lineup. Youngest breaking the pie up. Rocks in the 12-12. Cal calling it pie crust. Damon. Damon.
I love it. Damon. Happy belated birthday. Peace to the chat. Shouts out to anybody. I did see Thursday. I saw y'all was tapped in to the live. Shouts out to D Skills and y'all. We wasn't live, but the premiere was live at the time. So yeah, appreciate y'all for locking in then and locking in now. Before we get to anything, because we got to talk big WrestleMania 41 no cap recap situation. We Mimi, I'm sorry. The title is changing hands. But we gotta do. I was crunching numbers earlier today. I had to go over them again. Shouts out to V and John as well, because V funny.
She wants a tag team. She wants a tag team.
V talking all that malarkey, picking the war rate. Only person picking.
V?
I still.
Oh, that was the V cut?
Oh man,
bunker, yo. V bunker.
That may be the name of the episode. V bunker. Yeah, there is a Mimi is sadly
dethroned.
No longer the champion, dethroned after 2 nights of WrestleMania. But we got to do a picker-wheel situation between family, as Brother Math and Brother Fam were both tied with WrestleMania picks.
Tony's coming home to sever, baby.
I'm trying to
think back.
How about that? I'm trying to think what did it, because shouts out to people making distinct choices. Fam picking El Grande Americano, and nobody else really picked El Grande Americano.
No, it was what you call V picked him too.
Yeah.
He was already a loser.
A broken clock is right twice in one day, right?
12 o'clock and 12 o'clock.
Facts. But Math came in clutch. Pause. Picking Io Sky and Dom Mysterio. Those are really, although Math would have won if he had not picked Cody Rhodes. That's what messed you up. But
that was stupid.
That even V picked John Cena.
Yeah,
V picked the
he was
nigga.
I knew what you was trying to do, cuz. Same thing I was trying to do.
No, I understand it. I 100% understand it. Where is the picker wheel? Hold on. Here we go.
Oh wow.
All right. So we, as per usual, we're gonna let the picker wheel decide. I'm gonna hit the button
Tony
once.
Brown, let's go. The ghost of Tony Brown, let's go.
The ghost of Tony Brown, let's go.
Tony Brown ain't dead.
He's not dead. Shout out to Tony Brown. Oh shit.
Oh
wow. Shit. Damn. Damn.
Yo, y'all cheated, y'all.
Hennessy in my soul, something, family road.
Shout out, brother Fair. Wait, let's get some actual official. I'm sorry, Mimi, but the title, I guess, is
good.
The crown's going back to the land.
Shit, ass, y'all.
It's what happens. It's what happens when you play the picker wheel after WrestleManias. What can you do? But next time,
is this the first Mania Mimi ain't win? Don't Mimi always win at Mania?
I would have to check the stats. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. She won last time.
Right? I do win
I feel like Mimi won after Mania Philly. I would have to consult. Be a fan win. Shout out. It was a glorious battle, but the tag team, the Buffy tag team, they was bullying. They was doing what Dom and Finn was supposed to do. But anyway, speaking of picking Cody Rhodes, the loser, I want to start there.
Loser.
John Cena, with the help of Travis Scott, became the Never Seen 17, winning his 17th World Championship in the WWE, beating Ric Flair record, all that shit. Thoughts, like people after Mania hated what happened there. Is that, what are y'all thoughts on not just John Cena winning, but like the actual
who produced the match? I need to know who produced the match.
That's a good question.
Somebody put your name on that.
Let me see. I that's one thing I hadn't seen, but I have WrestleMania 41 match producer.
The only thing that they did in that match that was successful, in my opinion, was following through with what was said on Friday. Like there was a point where Cena basically said, it's going to come to a point in the road where you got to make a decision whether to be great or and be a good guy or be a winner. And at the end of the match, that's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's Bobby Roode, that was not glorious, nigga. I mean, just Bobby Roode looked like he said.
Why can I only find the night one? You thought the match was wild, Cheeks?
That shit was ass.
What?
It was slow. It was slow, but it was because it was a heel match. Like heels, he was truly wrestling like a heel. And from the beginning to his entrance to him giving us no burn in the match, it was the most entertaining, most fuck you match I've ever seen in my life. And I absolutely loved it.
I liked the I finally watched it on the TV. I'd only seen it went from watching it at the Yami, and I liked the way that he had the John Cena in all white bowl font on the black, and like no colorful lights, none of he wasn't running down the ramp.
Balenciaga.
He was what you said.
You ever seen the Balenciaga logo? It's black and white. It's just nothing.
It's just it's almost like too simple, like hype, but I like it. I like that it's very deliberate, which I think is what he was doing in the match. It was for somebody, I mean, he said after the fact that he was going to be ruining wrestling, but for somebody who let you know that this run was about him and about doing what he thought was going to be best for business, which was winning the title. I don't like getting too theory into like, oh, they did it on purpose, blah 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 blah. But like, it feels very deliberate. Everything that he's been doing thus far has been
consistent,
very much consistent. Yes.
This is
DDM.
consistent.
You said you didn't like it though, right?
I hated it. I thought it was. I'm gonna say this. I'm glad I didn't spend. I was this close to pulling the trigger on a ticket for night 2.
We were talking about it.
Outside of the triple threat in the beginning, which was the match of the weekend for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't pay for that.
I understand.
I thought it was absolutely abysmal. I thought that it was. I thought it was not worth the price of admission. I thought it was not commensurate with the asking price of tickets.
That ending in general, or just
it was a highly shellacked Raw. And
shellacked.
I personally think that the people who attended night 2 of WrestleMania, outside of the ladies and the Dominik moment, they did not get what they paid for.
Beautiful.
They did not get what they paid for, and I think
they were not happy.
And I wasn't happy watching it on TV, especially for what the overall Vegas experience costs, what the seats costs, what the merch costs,
what the wings cost.
Right, having people pay $85 to go shop at WWE World. It just was not. It felt like a big money grab. And to be honest, I feel like the people who attended Raw after Mania got a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The people who attended WrestleMania got a highly shellacked SmackDown.
That Raw. I think, as per usual, we'll dip back and forth in between things, especially with the fallout for Raw. I really liked that Raw. I liked. There's a theory going around that, based on, and I guess we should probably touch on The Rock's comments in a little bit, but there's a theory going around that
I told y'all niggas.
Talk about it. That Cena supposedly Cena turning heel was supposed to have happened at WrestleMania, and the more I think about the rollout, the more it feels like, regardless of The Rock, who said he had to, he said Ari Emanuel called him up and said, hey, these Elimination Chamber tickets not selling as hot as we want. We want that show to be must see. That's what he said. So The Rock said his idea was the final boss, a situation. Man, let me get the appropriate. He said his idea was to get the final boss to ask Cody Rhodes to sell his soul and become his champion, which led into the John Cena, Travis Scott, Rock triple threat beat up on Cody Rhodes' ass at the end of Elimination Chamber. But like we have been saying, a minute ago, as much as people want to theorize about, he said, I'm 20 steps ahead. Jey Uso was number 20 in the Royal Rumble. Maybe he's the next person in the squad. Everybody had all them theories. The theory really was that The Rock said, what am I do? Oh, I got here go the idea right here, and just put the shit right up on TV. Like it
what was the idea?
The idea was slashing the throat and being the person, the shit that we saw at Elimination Chamber, the whole Cody, that was supposed to be his idea, but the thought concept was the theory is originally that none of that was supposed to have happened. I don't know what Cena was supposed to have been doing from winning the Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania, but it wasn't supposed to be healing. And the thought is that the heel turn was supposed to happen during, or I guess after the match, during the match at WrestleMania to win the match over Cody Rhodes, which to me
makes the most sense.
It makes the most sense primarily because if you look at John Cena's shoes, he didn't change up on the shoes until that Monday Night Raw after Mania. He had black bullshit shoes on, but Monday Night at Raw after Mania, he had the Jumpman Jack. They're coming out next week, I want to say, next Wednesday. That to me felt like the total completion of him being healed. Not him with the title, him looking at them yummy shoes. But
still had them diabetic socks on.
It didn't look like he had no socks on. But the question is, like, does that even make sense? Do we think that they're clearly not thinking that way, right? Like, if the idea is that there was no thought about this until The Rock came through, am I to believe that they would have been able to figure out how to not make John Cena a heel until this moment on Raw? Like, does any of this make any sense? Does it matter? I personally don't care how it got there.
Right. For me, him and Han, because that's what he did. He hemmed, he Han. The other one at the press conference did the same thing. You can tell when somebody's lying because of how when they talk in the speech pattern, how interrupted it can be and how it pauses and all that. So you can tell both of them were lying.
Cena and The Rock, you're saying?
No, Triple H at the conference.
Yeah.
Because I saw a clip of it afterwards and somebody asked him a question and he just couldn't, he doesn't know how to answer a question. Like he doesn't know how to what is it, like just not make it seem like he's lying or he's trying to hide something or that he's just trying not to answer something.
Right.
It now all of it makes sense. Listening to these interviews, it all makes sense as to why everything felt so disjointed. Because that's what it was. It was nothing was connected. Everything felt weird. Everybody kept asking where The Rock was. And to say that you did not want to, you wanted to put the shine on John Cena is wild. Like this is a huge, like leading up to WrestleMania, this is the year's biggest event. Yeah. And it's all eyes on everybody. It doesn't matter. He's John Cena. You're not taking shine away from John Cena. The Rock. You're not.
The never seen 17.
So for him to say something like that, like did you see the Jonathan Coachman commentary?
I saw him make comments saying I didn't see the whole thing, but he was basically
so you should listen to it because he basically says, like, I've been in this space. I know exactly what he's saying makes absolutely no sense. It's two of it. He said, I don't know for sure, but it's two of two things. It could be two things. And one of the things he said is that creatively they could not get on the same page. So this is his way of kind of saying, you know, like kind of like, you know,
so y'all got it.
Yeah, exactly. And given the fact of, in my opinion, seeing how he is, I feel like, yeah, it was a little bit of an ego thing, right? And then for him to respond to Dave LaGreca the way he responded to Dave LaGreca, because he could have just ignored Dave's rant.
They really
but
go
he
back and
didn't.
forth out there.
Yeah, like, and I was just like, okay, you really want to say something, but you don't want to say something, you know? I don't know. I just kind of felt like, even if like you came out already, like you came out with Travis Scott, you did all of these things, then you went into the press conference and said some more shit, and then you gonna take a step back? Like what?
Right.
That shit don't make no sense. The fact that you came, you should have just not been on the Pat. You went on the Pat McAfee show the next fucking day.
He didn't care.
This all started on the Pat McAfee show because he was like, Raw is down the street.
Right.
That's how all this started. That's all it started. And then it was probably smoking with McAfee. Nigga don't know what he.
It's stupid. It's dumb, and it's very much like you let your ego, instead of giving the fans what they want, right? Because last year you lean into it, right? You were supposed to get one thing, and this is kind of like, for me, not saying that this is what it is, but I knew he was going to get his lick back from what happened last year, and I think this is the lick back. This is the lick back.
Ruining wrestling.
Was he never going to wrestle?
Ruining it, but
was Rock never going to wrestle?
I think he was
never going to wrestle.
No, I think he was only going to do it for Roman, and when that got taken away, right? That got taken away. I don't care what he says in that documentary. I will never fucking watch that documentary because I know it's a shit pile of lies. Because and this whole shit where he dipped in and dipped out, he did that on purpose. This is the lick back.
I think this was it. I think this was always
petty.
This nigga was never gonna have a one-on-one.
Well, there was
niggas gonna come out with them bell bottoms.
And
count to 3.
The Ali belt.
Make his own belt.
They
I
said,
told you he played in y'all niggas' faces.
He played in everybody's face.
He played in
all you niggas' face, not mine. I knew the nigga wasn't about nothing.
I understand.
I knew it.
They said
I'm not blaming The Rock, and here's why: he does not run the day-to-day creative. So at the end of the day, even though he's on the board, creatively speaking, he's a guest. Triple H, you are still the head of the table when it comes to the overall show. So if this man is not available, and you know that he's a part-timer, you know y'all relationship, then you should have a contingency plan to make this work. At the end of the day, whether Rock showed up or not, whether he went on Pat McAfee or not, you should have still had a plan for that. Creative should have had a plan for that. So we're not going to let one man ruin a terrible finish, because see, here's the thing. Even if you could have just held Travis Scott or had Travis Scott do something different, if you're going to do that. But it just didn't work out. And between all of those people at the top, there's a lot of top guys involved in this product right now, from the top guys of today to the top guys of yesteryear. And it's a lot of egos involved in it. It's a lot of opinions involved in it, especially because the product is seeing a pop culture renaissance. So now you have people from yesteryear wanting to, get their FaceTime because it's hot again. And then you have people from now wanting to establish their FaceTime because they're getting an audience that they may not have gotten 7-8 years ago. So there's a difference there. At the end of the day, no matter who did what, the fans, as fans, for the ticket price that they were asking, the only people who gave me my money's worth, and this is no disrespect to the people on the card because everybody worked. I don't consider this a wrestling failure. I consider this a creative failure.
Yes.
Because all of those athletes came out and they put their best in and they worked with what they could get. But there were several creative failures here. There was a creative failure with the women's undercard. You did not have women's undercard represented in a reputable or accurate way. Chelsea Green was missing from the card. You had Lyra Valkyria in a women's tag team match. You Becky Lynch in to try to give some star power tonight too, and they got a pop for what it needed to get, but that was a shoe-in.
Let me ask you a question, DDM. What Lyra Valkyria match would you have seen? You have liked the scene at Mania. Like, what match would make sense for her, like one-on-one at Mania, that people would care about?
You should have kept off the card like you kept Chelsea Green off the card. If you were going to put a women undercard on the card, then Chelsea Green deserved to be in that spot because she did more to get you interested and established in her belt. Lyra Valkyria is in one second. Lyra Valkyria is lacks a storyline, which is once again not a wrestling failure, that is a creative failure. So once again, we have more creative failures when it comes to the women's undercard and it not being established well. Naomi and Jade had a great women's undercard story and interest going into their match because Naomi is a veteran. So you have somebody who understands how to keep a storyline going and how to grow it because she's been in the business long enough to do that. All of this for this card was a cascade of creative failures.
I could see that. I did see, word on road is that the Becky Lynch Lyra shit was all Becky Lynch idea. that was what I was reading earlier, which it felt this I think
that's right, man. Right, fam.
Well, because it honestly, where DDM says that it was a lot of creative failures, I think that was a storyline that they looked like they were trying to start on Raw before Becky Lynch left last year.
So pick it up on Raw. Don't pick it up.
Picking up that story on WrestleMania to make a storyline for the Raw after Mania sucks. Shout out Asar for the Yami collection plate. Say, how y'all not gonna blame The Rock when he keeps going over Triple H's head to TKO? It's about The Rock for him, not about WWE for him. His ego got shattered when the people chose Cody over him last year. You sound like Mimi.
I agree with that. I see where you're going, Asar, but here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And being a person that has worked in the public utility space outside of art, we are trained to have a plan A, B, C, and D. You know who this man is. You and Dwayne know each other. Y'all been frenemies. Y'all been frenemies for 20 plus years. Right. You know, at this point, you know how each other smell. Okay. You know what he gives. You know how he acts.
Right.
So there should be no reason to not have a contingency plan. You
That's
run
right.
a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company. You know how that man is. You know what he gives. You have to be prepared. And for somebody who, here's the thing: if a wrestler, we sit and give wrestlers shit all the time for missing a spot or not doing more to get their character over or whatever. If we're going to hold an independent contractor to such a high standard, then we need to hold the people who are charging $400 to sit in section 4 to the same standard.
That's right. But also, as you said at it's on TBT the other day, as much as we want to say all the things that we want to say about Vince McMahon would have had a contingency plan.
No shade.
He would have had a contingency plan, period, because that's what you're supposed to do.
It don't mean it would have been good.
It doesn't matter. It would have been
that's
the
thing. That's the one thing about kind of going back to that Vince is the stuff that they did that was interesting and current. We would have got none of that, right? Because we all know that Vince was criminally behind the times. Amazing mind for what a show should be, but also dipping into anything current would have been like he'd have been doing TikTok dances or something.
Right.
And he'd have put emojis on everything.
Filters.
But my thing is, I feel like we didn't understand if this was bad or not until the very end, in my opinion. I felt like, okay, I had hope because I felt like this build to WrestleMania cannot be this bad.
You're saying the whole we didn't know the whole build in general was bad, or okay? I
knew that it was bad. I didn't want to believe that it was bad because it's WrestleMania.
But then night one,
and you're charging $800 a ticket, and this is shit, like legitimately shit. And you got 3 of your top guys in a triple threat.
Hey, I mean,
one night.
That shit was hard though.
And you're trying to. It was. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying it was bad. What I'm saying is, one night was. I don't even think, even as hard as that triple threat was, they had to. They're the professionals, right? Because like DDM said, the wrestling is not what we're talking about here.
Right.
It's the creative towards it.
It's getting there.
The creative towards it to get there was not worth $800 for one night.
Yeah.
Even which is, are you saying it's because
Wonder
Seth
who it
Rollins-
was worth it for?
Mm.
Homegirl that was in that corner. When
Oh,
the-
well, yeah.
whoa.
All right, wait. So hold up. So sidebar to the sidebar. Was Stone Cold was lit the whole time? Is he more lit than Pat
No,
McAfee?
he wasn't lit. He
Me,
wasn't
me.
Nah, he
lit.
was fine.
Me.
It was fine.
It was
me.
no, it was the thing. It was the thing because even when the guy came and picked it up, it was jacking up.
Let me
up because he hit it.
let me paint a picture. Walk with me. Mind you, I was up in the crow's nest. I saw everything, and what I saw, I could look right down at the entrance. So before Stone Cold even got to the ring, I saw Stone Cold on the other side getting, and he started driving to go up to the ramp, but he didn't drive up to the ramp. He drove to the open area next to it, and almost, I didn't say he hit the shit, but he was like, oh wait, this don't go nowhere. He had to back that Yamin up and then go up the shit and then go around, and at some point he cruised around. He hit that damn dashboard. I don't know if homegirl's playing the tunes or whatnot.
She's supposed to.
Nick Khan came over quick. I saw the pic. Nick Khan said, "Hey, Miss, how you doing? What's let me know your number and your address, just because we got to talk to you at some point." But those are two. He missed the ramp and then he hit the Yamin. Did y'all see the video of him at the card signing?
No.
So people getting them Topps cards or whatever. He's sitting there signing the card. I guess the person had it in the plastic. You open up the plastic thing, you sign it, and then you close it. He signed it and then held the shit up in the air. It was like, how much does some bitch cost? The card fell on the fucking floor. He's the Nick. I don't know who was next to him doing the signing. He said, "Oh shit," and he kept doing what he was doing. And I mean, Stone Cold, he kept having the. It's one of two things. Because I'm gonna tell you this: either Stone Cold, or he been getting lit, or maybe the reason that Stone Cold wasn't a part of this Cody Rhodes, John Cena situation, because like Bret Hart, Stone Cold was the man 30 some odd years ago. At a certain point, we can't. He don't need to be on the ATV. I don't know if he was crushing beers before. He definitely crushed beer. He hit the corner. That nigga hit the dashboard. He said, "Hey, you all right? Hey," and then went right in that ring. Give me a beer. Give me another. It was pounding him.
We ain't got ambulance car no more.
Everybody. Everybody.
Do I have ambulance car?
No, please have it in there.
Crash your car up.
Oh my God.
Yes, I do.
I'm retarded.
There we go.
No, this is a class. Don't do that. Don't do this. This is with YouTube turning 20 years old this week. Shout out to YouTube. This is this shit is really loading like a mom. But we for as long as this shit loading on mine, we may have to run the whole Yamin. I don't know what Stone Cold situation is, to be honest with you. I'm gonna say this. He may have been in. There's a lot of people that was in the spirit, but maybe hopefully homegirl, because there was somebody else that got ran over, right?
By the golf cart. Like what?
And how did she get transported?
Everybody who rode in an ambulance car, throw your hands up. If you rode in an ambulance car,
The ambulance car.
Austin's car. Not here for tickets. I'm going to Mania. Every goddamn year from here on out.
I can't.
Oh damn! Yeah, I don't know. Jury's still out, I guess, on the Stone Cold situation. I've not heard anything else, so I'm assuming
You're not going to hear nothing else.
Right.
You're going to see her. She gonna have a name in 3 years.
What?
Golf cart woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, golf cart right there next to the black lady who, if y'all see her make that little face, when Nick Khan was over there, she said, you see the little fat boy that be talking? Like, she was sitting there making that face like, boy.
Jesus.
Hey, I need someone with skills, right? I need someone with very, very good canvas skills to have show Stone Cold been in the corner like Mello, right? Whoa, right? And then hit the lady and sonic rings come out and they go
whoa. Everybody.
I'm sorry.
That's exactly how I would have got up.
Woo!
That's how I got up from the street floor yesterday.
Hey yo,
oh gosh.
You good, Mimi? You good?
Yo, I was hugging the fucking floor like Roman hugged the floor on fucking SmackDown. I think I was so fucking embarrassed. It was. I don't know if anybody's been on the side streets on 42nd Street on a Wednesday.
Packed?
It's free mat. Some shows are free. Some shows are discounted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the streets are fucking packed.
Is that matinee is what you was? I don't speak that. Is that matinee? Is that what that
matinee is an early show. It's
right,
early
but you just said Matt. You just hit us with the slang.
Mimi said the Matt down this shit. I mean over here, bitch. Give me 3 points on the square, motherfucker. Let's go.
Yeah, I got 3 points on the square. My fucking ankle rolled. I tried to catch myself.
I'm sitting there. When you send the message, I'm sitting there. I'm talking to my father.
And
so I say, "Oh my gosh!" And he was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "My homegirl just fell in the middle of the street, New York City, in front of everybody."
Right.
I was right.
And my pops text me today after I asked you. Pops was like, "How your people is?"
Oh wow.
Yeah, Pops asked about you today, baby.
That's what's up, man.
Thank you, Poppy.
She's still laid down. She's still in the street.
Still in the street. I got a little cut right here,
Damn.
Then, like right here, like it was a little puffy, and this guy was like really like he was nice. I could not look this man in the eye because all you heard was ooh.
Oh shit.
See him. Ooh.
That's what happened. It was our niggas too,
like,
huh? Yeah, that's how niggas react when somebody fall.
Oh my God.
Like E40 was there.
I was like, I'm fine.
All over
I'm fine.
Damn.
And it was
Did you just lay there or did you get up fast?
No, I got up really fast. No.
For how long?
You're supposed to lay there.
No, I was embarrassed. It was more embarrassed than anything.
Oh, of course.
I bet. Yeah. Damn.
I took 2 Advils. My brother said take 2 Advils. So I took 2 Advils and I took my ass to sleep. I was like,
yeah, that's the best. But damn, you got to lay down after that one.
Damn right.
Go bed. You ready to go bed?
These niggas is ready for bed. You see him? So
listen, this is the best in the goddamn an all black. Right there, dressed up like the goddamn penguin next to the Joker. Nigga, this is the best. This is the GOAT. Of everything but wrestling and pro wrestling.
Talk to him.
We gonna get the stuff. This is the thing. Is all the damage that in the Supercontinental title run did to Seth and waiting for Roman and whoever to be done so he can have a legitimate main event spot. All that's about to be fixed. This is about to be the best Seth Rollins. We've seen all this playing the 50 and not is it bad guy? Is it good guy? What is he doing? All that's over. We're gonna know everything, where this nigga stands, and you know what I'm saying? Hey man, we got another for real main event on the way, and I'm excited.
I always thought that I personally feel like the Seth Rollins. I feel like I hear You're back.
I don't know who's. No,
Is
I don't
that
know
you?
who. I don't know
I don't
where
know.
the echo's coming from.
Hello? Okay, I think it's gone. I think
I
it's
don't know
gone.
what to say.
I don't know what to say.
Because I keep hearing myself.
No, I understand. I heard it too.
I think this is the best Seth Rollins that we've seen the past 2 years, in my opinion. And I think Fam is right. I don't think that this probably was the best Seth Rollins that we've seen. I think he did the work. He did the work because he really made that title. And now we're seeing that he made that title because the title doesn't feel like anything right now. But Jay's on the chopping block. So let's see what happens. But this right here, I never thought I would see this.
The collar to that jacket is diabolical.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Shout out King Troy. I had to because we talked. I forget where I talked about, but I was like, if Seth
really
and
nice,
Paul
bro.
Heyman get together and
That
form
was
this
not
unholy
nice,
union, they better do some type of coordination. I was happy to see Paul Heyman at least attempt to do some. He said, "Oh, you wearing yellow? Let me get my yellow shit out." I want to see more. I like I didn't understand why Paul chose to grind his arm up under Roman Reigns.
That was the last time he was gonna get to do it.
My apologies, my tribal chief. For the last time. Take this.
He couldn't wait. He was upset. Crossing CM Punk. He said with a quick yummy. Roman, he said, "Payow." It was weird, yo. That shit was weird.
Hey, I'm confused.
About what? Braun Breaker better be matching him now. Sorry.
Why did and I know not to jump the gun.
No, what's up?
But like speaking of Braun, we see what's gonna happen. But I keep seeing the comparisons to Evolution.
Yes, I saw that as well.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that.
I think initially I saw people saying Dangerous Alliance, and I know that's because Paul Heyman is there.
Yes,
and then
that makes sense. I want him to go back to Paul Lee.
When I saw when it was Braun Breaker, people saying Evolution 2.0. I want people to chill. Like I don't know. Dangerous Alliance, they had, and I'm not saying it's got to be apples to apples, but Dangerous Alliance was like 6 or 7 people. It was Paul Lee, it was Medusa. They had tag team champions. They had a guy vying for the world title, guy vying for the super or the mid card titles. Like that was a squad, that was a unit, and it was a unit of the illest motherfuckers. Not saying that this ain't that, but I don't want to put like this is the next edition of that on this yet. Especially if it's only Heyman and this is a dope squad right here so far. This is exactly what Braun Breaker needs, in my opinion. But I don't know if I'm saying Evolution or Dangerous Alliance on April 24th.
Hey, give me a tag team and give me a young lady there. Give me Bayley and give me what's the two pretty niggas? The two niggas, Aries, Austin. What's the nigga Vince liked?
Austin Aries.
Yeah. Give me them two niggas. They need rehab. You know what I'm saying?
Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Austin Aries.
Aries Spears.
All of it.
This is one of those things where honestly, I'm not in it to anything. I just want to see what you do with it. I'm not in thinking about what they could be, what it remind me of, all of that. Like, let's see what y'all do with it. Because I think sometimes in wrestling, we have a tendency to fantasy book to a point where we don't even let the thing be a thing yet. Because like the Judgment Day, the reiterations it's gone through don't remind me of nothing.
No.
So let's just the product needs to go into the future. Wrestling fans constantly complain about not them burying new stars, not building new talent. Let them create new stories. Let them create new factions. Let's stop comparing it to what it's going to be or what it need to be, because even movies change, right? Like we're seeing scripts come about, like there had never been an Insecure before. Had never been an Atlanta before.
Right.
So in wrestling, we need to allow room for that as well. And I think that's probably the thing that shoots the wrestling, fandom community, whatever you want to call it, in the foot, is there's a constant obsession with nostalgia in a way that's kind of damaging.
So I think fantasy booking is fine as long as you don't marry it.
But that's not what's happening here, fam. People are always marrying their fantasy booking. It's to the point where when it doesn't go the way that they want it to,
they say it's bad.
And it's like, how do you expect the product to grow? But then you get mad when the same person comes back and gets the belt. Why? Because y'all keep asking for that.
Right.
Right. Jesus. It's a weird time, I will say, but I think that goes back to what you were saying earlier, DDM, about the situations with the booking and whatnot. Because if the booking, and I don't think they're ever going to be able to get booking everybody right the whole time, but
no, too many people.
It feels like there's certain things that we could be putting on a better path than what's already on right now. Are there any matches from either night in Mania in particular that people want to talk about? I mean, I imagine there's a couple of there's a stellar triple threat women's match.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how the two matches that we felt were kind of had people shoehorned in them ended up being the two matches that were the standouts of WrestleMania weekend?
Which matches you talking about?
The Seth Punk and Roman match and the EO, Rhea, and Bianca match. Those
work
are the ones that actually delivered. That women's triple threat match, that is a testament to lady wrestling. As a lady wrestling fan, that is probably going to be in that conversation now of top women's matches ever. I think, and we talked about this on the Buckle when I was in Corey and Kayfabe, and I think that all three ladies, what is so beautiful about this match is seeing the evolution of all three of these women within the WWE. And, seeing them work despite getting booed, work despite having issues of maybe being an afterthought, in spite of, having issues being in a faction and people saying you need to put it back in the women's conversation. All three of these ladies were showcased extremely well. And this is a testament to what happens when wrestlers actually like each other behind the scenes. Wow. It allows them to work at a capacity where everybody wants everybody to win. I didn't see any egos in this match. I saw three ladies out there having a time of their life and looking out for their sister. And this is what women's wrestling, when we, y'all can boo Bianca Belair all you want. Why? I don't know. But at the end of the day, she still went out there. All three of these women went out there and they really delivered. Let's think about it. If this triple threat wasn't on this card,
I was speed running the Sunday night show. It would have been the IC title than the main event. What you saying, man?
Yeah, it would have been the IC. The IC match was fire as well.
Oh yeah, that was great, but it wasn't this.
No,
the women's triple threat match is probably the best match of the weekend. But the runner up would be the King Bees versus Fire and Flavor.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Are these the best three? These are over the last year. I don't know if there's over the last year there's been three better workers on the card, women wise, in WWE than these three ladies.
It's been this for years.
They deserve this spot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was weird getting there, which I mean that happens every year with at least a few matches. But at the end of the day, is the match good? And they deliver like the goddamn mailman.
It was great.
And they look good doing it. I just think everything about it, from their entrances to the gear to the presentation, Bianca leaning into the boos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she didn't get fazed by that, which is something that I'm so proud of her for that, because that's a testament to who she is. Because when her
she booing her, that she know the motherfuckers that's booing her. She knows who's booing her. It ain't us, and it ain't the little bitty girls.
It ain't the little girls. No, they doing double dutch.
Right.
But what I loved about it, and this is something that happens to Charlotte all the time, is that as the match went on, even the biggest hater couldn't deny.
That's right.
How well it worked, and you saw the crowd say, "You know what? Yeah, we booing this lady, but she killing it." You know, I saw the same thing happen with Charlotte Saturday night. So much heat on her, but she woke up the room, and that's a testament to greatness, and that's a testament to perseverance. I love women's wrestling. I'm such a champion of women's wrestling, and for me, those three ladies, to me, are the faces of their era of women's wrestling.
Is there any you mentioned Charlotte Flair. Has anybody figured out the moment where Tiffany mouth got all bloody? Was it this?
It was crazy.
Was it that? I mean, that's what that is right there.
It was an ugly match, y'all. So it could have been anyway. When Dab just said that, you see when people who are, I guess, friends or okay with each other backstage, they wasn't okay, and you could tell.
You could tell. Yeah, you could tell. You could tell
chemistry.
It was a nasty match, y'all. And
that was
one point in the match. I'm like, all right, now it looked like they starting to get it together. When they both started working on the legs, I'm like, all right, now we starting to get to where we supposed to be. But it was a rough patch getting there.
Right.
I knew Charlotte was going to get her for that marriage. Vermont, she had a receipt coming for that. Right. I knew that was coming. I knew Charlotte did business and she lost, which I'm glad she did, and I think she should have. Yeah. But what did I say last week? I said Charlotte's going to lose, but she's going to make her work for it, and she's going to beat her.
And that was her whole thing. Yeah, her whole thing was I'm about to go to WrestleMania. We about to have a WrestleMania match, but that means you got to step up and work this WrestleMania match with me.
And she made it work.
She made it work.
And I want to just say, even though I love entrance wise, because that's my judge. I just want to spotlight these two ladies, because these two ladies to me had two of my favorite, if not my favorite entrances of WrestleMania. The graphic team clocked in. The camera team, I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. But the graphic team, because I shouldn't be seeing mouth buckets. And
even with John Cena's, there was a person that was like to the side.
Been AEW doing that?
There you go. The camera person had to tilt to the side a little bit to get the one.
And I'm calling them out. But I think that the graphic team definitely stepped up their game with the presentation, with the Jumbotron graphics. But Tiffany and Charlotte, when Charlotte pulled up in that Rolls Royce, that was a moment. In the doll boxes, that was hot. And seeing entrances, that shit was like those the entrances this year. Cody entrance, it was simple, but it ate. When that man lifted up,
the match was hard.
With the dirt bikes, and shout out to the real. This is why you hire professionals, because those dirt bike people didn't run into anybody. But
what?
And then when Cody just standing there and the mask lift up by itself, that was simple, but it was so hard and effective.
I like the Roman entrance too. I like seeing the
legends.
It was chill.
Wait, and the punk shit, because I guess In Living Color was on Fremont the night before.
They was in the airport with me.
Living Color sounded amazing. They sounded amazing.
Oh yeah,
like them old bastards.
They still do that shit.
And I'm just saying from a just I'm putting my musician hat on.
Right, artiste.
Sounded amazing, and they sounded like the record. And
Yes,
live vocal.
yeah.
They sounded amazing.
Shout out to
Look
them.
in my eyes. What do you see?
There you
I
go.
know you hear me crying for me.
Now
Is that
imagine,
fit for Hennessy?
imagine you're waiting for chicken and waffles to come over, and you look down the road at the table, and that's DDM looking at you, singing about the cult of personality to your soul, nigga.
Bye bye. Oh no me.
I'm sure, like, nigga, where my sandwich at?
Like that's, and I want to put over Living Color because
please do.
You know, you listen to that song as the entrance, and you like, oh, come on, CM Punk. But I listened to just the song one day as a musician, and that song is very well written, very well produced, and it's a great vocal. That's just a great song.
Yes,
and
yes.
It was a great song before it became a wrestling thing.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It was a bopper back then. It was.
Yeah.
Look, I'm telling you, I put on. I think I put some on the Facebook. Like I know they didn't book that moment for me, but like Lil Cal, I remember the first time I watched that show on MTV. Like, yo, Loud was like, damn, it's black people playing rock music. But I remember that, and it was because they had a couple of what was it? Love Rears This Ugly Head. It was like they had a couple of like very big songs back in the day. But Cult of Personality, I always appreciated Punk for bringing that one back. And now, matter of fact, yeah, all three, even again, shout out to Troy. I was talking to Troy about Rollins he was dressing all black with the flamethrower, and then he ripped all that shit off, and he was in the all white with all the spotlights on him. There was some interesting.
Is that a swerve? Is that a swerve?
Kofi old as shit.
Was that a
not my
swerve?
cut? That's not my cut, baby. That's my cut right now.
Facts. Was that a swerve?
That's my cut right there.
I'm there for it. But I think the entrance game was good. I love Naomi's new music.
Yes, I'm glad she got to debut that at Mania too.
And what did I say? What did I say last week? She needs new music for the heels. And what did they do?
Were you expecting it to have kind of like a rocky tinge to it? Like I
didn't know what it was going to sound like, but I like it for her because it's not expected. Had it been a hard rap song, I'd have been like, okay.
I'd have been offended.
Yeah, she don't need EO Sky music at all. She need exactly what she got right.
But I think it was effective. Entrance wise, you know, I like to get into the sparkle and everything. Entrance wise, I think Jey Uso's entrance was the perfect way to start off.
That was great.
That's what we didn't talk about yet.
Yeah, that was a perfect way. We got a lot to cover. That's why I'm like, we got a lot to cover.
Well, god dang it then.
Well, it's just him, Oos. He was wearing the same color scheme, low key, that Randy Orton had on. Randy Orton had that on because I think that was like a playoff of one of his earlier gear colorations. Jey Uso just had on. He had the spark. He was ready. But how are we feeling about the Jey Uso Gunther match? Not just him hitting Gunther with belly to back suplex, but he made that month tap.
I didn't believe the tap. I'm gonna be honest, because of Gunther's history and me being such a Gunther fan, and me being a fan of Jey Uso and the Usos too. I think Uso had one of my favorite gears of the weekend. That gear he had was amazing. And usually I don't live for the men's gear except for Seth, but Jey Uso gear, it's up there. But I think the thing is the match was decent. The match did what it was supposed to do.
Yes.
But Jey Uso was going to win. We knew that was going to happen. And it was so funny because sitting in the crowd, they like, I think the guy sitting next to me, which I forget his name, but he was from New York, Puerto Rican guy from New York, Mexican guy from New York.
Justin from DC.
And he said, you know, I think Gunther might win. I said, check this out, homie. I said, they don't print gold yeet hats, gold WrestleMania glasses. They don't print that for losers, niece. Okay?
We ain't got a niece in a while.
It's facts though.
They don't print that for losers.
Right.
But the match
with the gold,
itself, the match itself, it was okay. I think Gunther did business. He did what he had to do. I hope that seeing Raw afterwards is giving me hope that they're going to start booking Gunther the way that he should have been booked when he had his belt. But I think the match was fine.
Well,
the match was fine.
The match was fine. I think again, we got the result that we needed. But I will say, because we are dancing, the fact that and this is clearly draft Pat McAfee, he got work to do, right? This is clearly writing him off of TV. But the fact that they did it in a way where Gunther, after losing to the Yeet Man, he got a lot of his heat back because, and that's credit to Michael Cole. Michael Cole spent 20 minutes talking about, hey, man, how am I supposed to do my job if I can't express new opinions? I'm a journalist. Like, Joe Tessitore coming out there and they having to talk about this unsafe work environment. Like, I don't know if the story's going to turn into something, but it was very good. For me.
They do. But when Brock Lesnar, they did this with Brock Lesnar twice already, where they come in and they yoke up Michael Cole after Mania. He yokes up Michael Cole after Mania.
You're not wrong. I'm only going to say this, and it's only because Michael Cole over the last year or two, over the last 5 years, but really over the last 2 years, he's hitting that.
No doubt.
He's hitting that next plateau.
Right.
Nostalgia's got him covered. So he's so revered that.
Absolutely not.
He's so revered that the way he was talking about it, my hope is that it's not just a storyline that to help McAfee get knocked out. At the very least, it should be something, because Gunther, this is Mimi. If a motherfucker just straight up has somebody up on the floor choked out at your job, that's HR.
No, I hear you. And every time they did it, I always wanted something to happen because I hated Brock Lesnar at that time. Nothing ever happened.
Adam Pearce, we need some safe work environments out here. We'll see.
Right. To comment on the submission, I didn't believe the submission either. But then somebody pointed out that Gunther can't do submissions. Like, that's his Achilles heel. So that's why, he can't take it.
Did Dragunov beat him by submission?
Dragunov choked him out.
That may be on the Patreon. That may be on the
Patreon. Early.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do remember.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Is it that he can't take it like it does something to him, or he don't know how to sell it?
That's his. No,
that's his Achilles heel.
Yeah. It's like Roy Jones Jr. went on such a tear, knocking motherfuckers out, but then when somebody tested his chin, it was like, oh shit, you may be able to knock him out. You know what I mean? People hadn't seen that I guess the underlying story is, if you can figure out a way to get that motherfucker to tap, he may tap, because he don't normally encounter that situation. What IC title? We keep talking about the IC title match. I love the fact that Dom got such a reaction that it looks like Triple H had to tell the camera and be like, "Hey, motherfucker, come back. You about to go back out to this ring and get your flowers."
That's what it was given.
That's what it felt like, right? There's another angle where they showed
what I liked about it, not to cut you off, Cal. What I liked about it was he was so in his heel character that he was like, I've been a chicken shit heel this whole time. I win the belt like this. I gotta hurry up and leave because that's what I did.
Right.
He was in character. He was working. And I think that moment of having him come back, to your point, Cal, they was like, nah, bro, you gotta go out there and live in this for a little bit.
Bask in it.
He was still working. I think he was still working, and Triple H probably called the audible and said, nah, we gotta have this moment.
Folks was online talking. They were talking about a face turn. I don't know. It don't seem like he ain't turned a face yet.
I think you can still just be this character and get cheered.
People still love him.
The nigga walked past Scott Steiner and was like,
I did see that. That was genius.
He called Pento Cero Bendejo.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I didn't see that.
I said what?
Paper's crazy. Dom is about to be the next Eddie Guerrero. Hey.
He can't wrestle, but yeah,
he
can't.
Know what it is?
You know what? He's getting better.
He's getting better.
I was
little long legs
compared to Eddie.
He can't wrestle compared to Eddie.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
This the thing. Like, I had a conversation with Dom, and in the conversation we were doing for work, we were watching their first pro wrestling matches in WWE. He had them long pants. He had them long pants with the Damian Priest Shield this time. But his first match, his first singles match was SummerSlam 2020. Like think of the trajectory of him, and it's not wrestling skills, but you know what it is, Mav? The thing that he's got that Eddie Guerrero got, he got that passion. He got that natural ability to be a character.
He's the character. He believes that character. Like
it's him, and it bleeds out. Like he almost can't help being Dirty Dom Mysterio.
He's a scumbag.
And I love that haircut. I live for that hair. No shade.
Oh yeah, no, he got it. Shout out Dom. I wasn't. I mean, based off the predictions, I was not expecting Dom to win. I'm glad they pulled the trigger though. He was one of those characters who, like, as I got to Vegas, I'm like, yo, this nigga about to win. It just felt like this nigga's about to win, and he did it. And he's got the reaction, and it was, I guess, to kind of bleed into the Judgment Day and a couple of other stories. We mentioned earlier about the Becky Lynch, Lyra stuff. Becky Lynch and Lyra teamed up, defeated Liv and Raquel at Mania. Nobody had Liv and Raquel losing. But then the next night, they do an immediate rematch. I said, oh shit, Jersey about to get this title back. Sure enough, Jersey got that title back. Now Judgment Day's got hella gold. Finn Balor's confused, but he over there like, oh yeah, I guess this shit working, bro. But Becky Lynch is now doing the story where she's back as a heel. I'm don't be surprised. What
Stephen A.
Lyra's got the women's IC title.
We don't care.
Becky about to get that title. Becky about to have that title.
We don't care.
We
don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Chat. You know what it is though, because we're gonna have to get ready because this is about to be the storyline on Raw for the next couple months. We're gonna have to dodge it or something.
I think
I'm Queen Dodge. I fall asleep. I look at my phone. I do all things. That's right. I do everything but watch that bullshit because it was straight up bullshit.
What you saying?
I think Becky's working with Lyra. You know, they both what is it, Irish or you know?
Irish.
I think she is probably mentoring Lyra and probably going to help her build up her actual character, and so she's doing this program with her. I think that IC title needs to go on, and I said this on the Buckle once again. Shout out to the Buckle.
Shout out to Buckle. Every Tuesday night.
IC title needs to go on somebody who can actually elevate it. I understand why they put it on Lyra first. I get it, but you don't want the belt to drown. You need somebody to come in and really raise the bar and make that belt desirable. Because right now it's just an accessory. It's not even. It doesn't even feel like something to covet or something to want, you know?
Is that why
the thing they tried to do with that, right, is they put it on her because she can work. Not because she's a character, but because she can work. The problem is, since she's had that belt, she ain't had no bangers. Right. And that's the thing. If you gonna make that belt the rapping, like the real hip hop title where we getting that work, you gotta work every week, every single week. You gotta be out there having one of them. And she ain't really had none of them since she had that belt. Well, we haven't cared.
Roxy. If they don't put that shit on Roxy and get this motherfucker out the paint,
I agree with that.
This shit gonna be on. Roxy gonna have to take it off of Becky Lynch.
Yeah, they gotta figure out what they keep playing the goddamn 50 with Roxy though.
They
put her in one place.
Yeah, they gotta understand what they got with Roxy because Roxy. I saw Roxy wrestle the pre-show for Stand and Deliver. And then she happened to pop up on Raw attacking motherfuckers this past Monday night. Like she's around, but again, it speaks to DDM's earlier point. You got to book these women a specific way, and I think outside of everybody since the build to Royal Rumble, I feel like Roxanne Perez is kind of. She'll be good once they put her up on the main roster. I'm surprised that they've not figured out a place for her yet. because she's already too damn dope.
I wholeheartedly agree with Math on putting the title, that IC title, on Roxy, because she does have the wrestling acumen and the character acumen now to actually make that belt desirable. So she presents, to me, this is what's so confusing about Lyra, and I've seen this in several wrestling groups that I'm in online.
Okay.
And it one thing that I'm noticing that's unanimous from every group that I'm in is people just don't understand Lyra's push. They don't understand her push from NXT to the main rock. People just don't understand it. And her matches have never been, she doesn't put on bad matches, but they haven't been anything that make you go,
oh, right home about.
Right.
You know?
Right. They brought her up. I mean, again, we shouts out to everybody checked out our conversation about the NXT to the main roster pipeline. Like, she was one of the most recent ones. Her, along with that class of Mello and Ilya Dragunov and all them. And she, in the beginning, I saw it. In the beginning, they had her on TV. They looked like they wanted to at least push her as a hand. Queen of the Ring, I thought she was winning that. They ended up going a different way, but it made sense for them to. I wasn't surprised when she won the other tournament. But again, if you're not gonna feature that title in a prominent way, it feels weird to kind of shoehorn. That's what I said earlier. Shoehorning this post-Mania storyline into a Mania title match. It worked. Again. It ended up working by the end of Monday Night Raw for the story that apparently Becky Lynch wants to tell. I imagine this Backlash is in May. She may be holding that IC women's title in there.
I love how nobody is annoyed with Becky Lynch leaving and coming back and taking people's titles every time she takes them. But when Charlotte does it, it's a problem. I digress.
I have an answer to that, but I really don't feel like the argument tonight.
Well,
maybe next week,
because there's none of it makes sense. There should the same reasoning that he gave. He said she came back to work with Lyra. That is the same reason why when she comes back, she comes back to work with people. Talking about Charlotte. But she gets shit for it when she does it. But when Becky does it, she's there to work with somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm cool on Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I've been.
Y'all ain't finna have me defending Becky.
Well,
Lynch.
that's the thing. Like, at a certain point, I'm over a lot of it, and I think we can kind of see the writing on the wall when Becky Lynch is on Raw looking like this.
She stinks, yo.
Yeah, it's
horrible.
You already know what it's gonna. You already know what it's gonna be, and,
like,
and I don't want to.
Not good at all. That girl, Tiffany Stratton, carried that match.
Talk about it.
She carried that match.
That made me become a Tiffany Stratton fan. Watching Tiff go over on Becky. I don't know if this gonna be. It ain't gonna make me be a Lyra fan.
I will say
that lady is about to take that belt away from that girl, and
yeah,
she low low, and she did.
I get why they brought Becky in, and I think it was a great WrestleMania moment. I'm actually glad they pulled Bayley out of this because, as I said, about to get on the buckle, I feel like Bayley was being too generous with putting people over. I think Bayley, that character needs, she needs a little bit of a break, to in my opinion, because Bayley to me is the most generous and giving of the four horsewomen. And I think that she needs to remain strong and lethal. I'm not saying that she isn't, but Bayley been taking one too many pens for me. And I think she needed to
turn her into the new Natty.
Yeah. And
she was talking to Chris Van Vliet about it though. She was kind of like not on some wild shit.
And that was kind of
before. Yeah, it was
that.
It was all.
She
was just kind of like, hey.
That's
and she was holding it back, and that's the thing, right? She's such a professional all the fucking time, like, you know. And sometimes it's like and she never, like, you would think that she would have been the one to walk out, And she wasn't. And she's still there. And she even admitted, she was just like, you know, that's why the other two, I feel like they're ahead of me because I don't open up my mouth. I don't say what I want to say. Like, I'm the good girl. But at the end of the day, when is like, for her to truly believe that she's better than the two, because Bayley is my top 2. She's in my top 2.
Right.
It's for her to think that
I
Becky
agree,
Lynch is
actually.
over her.
I love Bayley.
The fact that she thinks Becky Lynch is over her is like,
who thinks that?
It's nuts.
Bayley.
She does. Bayley.
Bayley's
she knows.
She said it.
Bayley's dumb. Bayley's so humble.
Yeah, being humble is she ain't crazy.
It don't help you.
She was like, oh, she's booked over me. So there you go.
Yeah.
She know better.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's more booking, but I think I'm glad they pulled her. I think Bayley's character needs to be cooled off and taking so many pins, because that was at first it was like, oh yeah, bitch, you beat Bayley. Then it was like, oh yeah, girl, you beat Bayley.
Right.
So that's where it was starting to get. So I'm glad that they pulled her and said, you know, let's go ahead and give this character a little bit of a chill. So I'm happy. I'm personally happy she got pulled from the match. And they gave her a kayfabe injury because she needs it.
Like that. Why are you sitting like that, Mav?
Yeah, why are you sitting like that?
He about
to lean in.
This is an ode to Black John Studd.
Shout out.
Yeah. Shut up.
That's right. He be sitting here like this. You gotta tilt the head. You gotta tilt the head.
I guess because we got a lot, and I don't want to be here too long. Rusev back.
Rusev Butria.
Hey, one know when I knew when Rusev was coming back. When that nigga was out on Fremont Street by himself, just chilling.
Shit.
No, he was with his mother.
Yeah, whoever that was. Yeah, I didn't know who that was. I was like, yo, what's up, yo?
Y'all all see through.
Yeah, I dapped him up.
Pass the joint, yeah, nigga.
And he looks amazing. He looks better than his first run.
He's in good shape. He been
looks
waiting.
He got shoes on. As long as he got shoes on, I don't want him to get mercy.
Yeah.
You need no shoes.
You chill.
No, he need no shoes.
No shoes. Rusev was hardcore.
We not
no
advocating
shoes.
for no
Rusev
barefoot
was the
wrestling.
best Rusev.
We not advocating.
Malachi Black may also be back Friday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, on SmackDown. Speaking of SmackDown, the Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, and DIY are going to be having a World Tag Team Title TLC match on SmackDown as well. That was one of the other matches that people kind of wish was on the Mania. Yeah, I mean, but that's going to be crazy. Shout out Jacob Fatu and the New Day for also becoming champions.
Underrated match. That Fatu LA Knight, them niggas had a nice little match. Yo.
They were hammering that match. Shout out to Zilla, Jey, and Jacob all having a golden championship WrestleMania weekend with I wanted Jacob and Jey when they first Yamin title. I don't trust barefoot or bare knee wrestlers. Charlotte Flair said she looked at her old shit and was like, "Well, I ain't got no kneecaps or knee pads on."
No naked knee niggas.
What else is there?
Mello did win the Andre.
That's right. That's right.
Shout out to Mello. That was a good ass match. I don't know if you want to watch the whole SmackDown.
They turned it into a match at the end.
It was a very well booked battle royal, and when it got to that final 4, and then it got to that final 2, and it was Mello and Andrade bringing back all of the stuff they've been doing over the year, like that felt like appropriate WrestleMania ending of storytelling type shit. Like I really appreciate the way they had that booked. I don't know what the Miz and Carmelo do because Miz was right there. Miz was ready to hype up his Miz, but I don't know what.
He said, "I told y'all, niggas."
Damn, I wasn't ready. God damn it.
Right.
Miz said,
"Y'all niggas, I told y'all."
And Mrs. Father said, "We usually don't speak to blacks in such a way."
This week, I guess over the last 24 hours, I've not listened to any of the audio. But actually, as a matter of fact, speaking of,
I told y'all niggas.
when y'all first WWE, when y'all first announced that y'all was doing a roast of WrestleMania, and it was Tony Hinchcliffe, I'm pretty sure the BRP consortium was like, that ain't it. Like you well, and even if that ain't it, it's kind of, you already know what it's gonna be.
Did they steal this from Ric Flair's retirement weekend?
Probably, but I mean, did Ric Flair's retirement weekend steal it from Comedy Central? Like, what's the
It's been going on for decades.
But what I'm saying is, the last time it was done in wrestling was
maybe
they did that roast to Ric Flair.
I think,
and maybe that's why they thought it was a good idea. Maybe.
Well, I think
Rock,
it may be.
Keep going,
think it may be more because Kill Tony had there was something that aired on Netflix, right? I don't know if it was a special or whatever. There's been so many of the quote unquote modern comedians on Netflix a lot. Your Bert Kreischers and your
put a shirt on, nigga.
What's Andrew Schultz? Like, there's been a number of those
got that mustache
newer cats on the show. So by the time when Tony Hinchcliffe was on, and I want to say when Tony Hinchcliffe did commentary recently, there was a loud outcry of, get this shit off the TV. Nobody liked this shit. This shit not funny, whatever the case may be. Which is probably why this shit didn't actually air anywhere. It took place at the Fountain Blue.
I feel like I should have went to this.
Heyman was on stage.
Wilding.
Sami Zayn was on stage.
Trying to get out of there.
R-Truth was on stage.
Wilding.
Who else? What other names were up there?
Nia Jax. Wow.
Nia Jax was on stage.
I heard Nia Jax was very nasty.
Charlotte.
A lot of
it was very nasty.
Charlotte to the point which is like, I'm gonna just wrestle. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm gonna just wrestle. But it's been leaked audio, which I think the full was up at some point. If you can catch it, I guess I don't know if I'm gonna listen to it. I primarily because
they're trying to take it down anyway.
Everywhere. If you find the link, it's probably gone at this point.
They was out here. Paul Heyman was going crazy. Paul Heyman's worst joke though had to be somebody, he needs another title run. Like what's his name? Freddie Prinze Sr. needs another hole in his head. I said,
Jesus Christ. Well, Paul Heyman
made Iglesias, the comedian,
Fluffy.
upset.
Who's a Fluffy? What is a Fluffy?
It's comedian. That dude. Shit, let me find it.
I'm sorry, DDM.
Several meanings.
Fluffy and Fluffer was the joke.
Be fluffy.
Fluffy. You see, he's been around.
Because he killed David Lucas. Which, I mean, hey, David Lucas is one of them niggas, somebody takes a shot at him, you're like, oh, nah, he's tough. He be out.
I just don't know who thought it was a good idea. Nia Jax was not a nice girl on Total Divas. So I don't know who thought it was a good idea for Nia Jax
okay.
To do a roast, especially after Charlotte helps you lose weight, bitch.
It's a roast is for mean people. Roast, you can't win as a nice guy at a roast.
But at least be funny. From what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, it wasn't funny. It was just nasty. And I'm gonna say this as a woman, you fat
keep the
bitch.
Girls out of it.
Let me calm down. As a woman, for you to talk about this lady's face, okay, when you are just now being able to fit the belt that you had,
sir.
Okay.
Cal, pull DDM block.
That's just
my hand.
Okay. That's just
you know, sometimes, honestly, sometimes I'll be honest with you. Sometimes, like, you see when women act a certain type of way towards other women, and it forces you to be a fucking mean person just the same.
Right.
And normally I would tell DDM to chill, but I feel like
but y'all wear the same cape.
And I loved Nia Jax until I saw the type of person that she is on Total Divas. And I thought she changed. Even knowing where she laid politically when she came back, they said that she found God. They said that she was a completely different person. She was completely different in the ring. You can see it in the attitude, all of that. And then I heard some of the audio. I didn't go looking for it, right?
Oh, you didn't have to.
And I was just like, yo, you said that about her, knowing all the things that she's been going through. And I didn't even hear that she helped her do whatever. And I didn't even know that she was at her wedding. I don't care what it is. You leave people that have been there for you out of it. That's my thing. Like, I was keying at the Cody shit because she ain't tell no lies.
For people saying it's a roast, yeah, it's a roast, but there's a different. LaWanda Page was still funny. Okay, Red Fox at these roasts, if you watch historical roasts, they're still funny. And I feel like what we're doing now is we're using, it's a roast or it's a joke. We're using that for people to be prejudiced and nasty, and not just in the wrestling. I'm talking about in life right now. And it's you're sensitive. You're this. No. There's a difference between a red and just being nasty.
But traditionally, roasts have been like race content, and like every roast I've seen has gone that way. I just don't think this is the arena for a roast.
It's a terrible idea,
especially if it's not funny. If you're gonna do a terrible idea, the shit got to be at least funny. If it's not funny, there's a reason why this is one of the few pieces that's not up on WWE YouTube or up on the Peacock or whatever. They know what it is.
They knew it didn't stream live nowhere, nothing.
Right. If they was proud of it, it would be out. If you got to hide it, because also if it was that great, all roasts have been televised. So
That's right.
Why did you have to hide it? Why can't you show it? Why are you issuing DCMA licenses, strikes for it to be taken down?
Right. You're right. I didn't watch the Tom Brady roast, but I've been not saying I don't rock with roast. I've not really been a fan of roast. Like,
I don't like them.
Comedy Central ran that shit.
I remember, yeah.
And the roast of Flavor Flav was classic.
But at a certain point, the roast became, instead of trying to find the best way to honor somebody in this tradition, which I mean, it's a roast. You ain't gotta tell me about it's a roast. Some of y'all niggas can't handle being around BRP when niggas is drinking up in your real life. Like, niggas will roast you in real life. But what I'm saying is, at a certain point, it became, what's the funniest shit Anthony Jeselnik's gonna say? Who's the next comedian that's gonna come up in the roast and turn into a superstar? And it stopped being about the idea of what the roast actually is. It was another platform. Like, you know what though? Go ahead.
When you see like guys that are friends in pro wrestling, right? The dudes that are real friends, like when you hear like Edge and them talk about like Tony Chimmel, like, and I can't speak to it because I don't know for sure, but like from hearing wrestlers talk, it feels like that fits the personality specifically of old school wrestling.
But like
niggas,
like
Triple
H was saying, it felt like big
other.
Triple H.
Yeah, like them niggas like to fry each other and cook each other and yada yada, and it ain't always friendly or whatever.
Right.
But like,
it's behind closed doors.
Right. It's and I think and I don't know if this is on the docket, but it feels like the books are opening up a bit more, and I don't know if this was them attempting to merge what wrestler humor is with what they're doing outwardly, but I mean, there ain't no curtain.
We talked about that in the buckle too. It feels like there's this thing where folks are feeling super comfortable with everything that's happening with their guy, and he's being super comfortable doing certain things, and so now they feel like they can be super comfortable to say it was all week telling fans to shut the fuck up and take, you know what I mean, and just really blatant literal comfortability in the things that they do and say.
And that's
still, you want to hide this one, right? You want to hide it because you know that it's wrong.
When this is the Triple H era, people say Netflix. No, this is Triple H era right now. Triple H is the one who had to eat shit from the curtain call, which was for a lot of people like the most breaking his kayfabe and his ass shit ever in pro wrestling life. Like, he's always kind of been the guy. It's like, fuck it. He was the one that was a WWE superstar with China on the True Life I'm a Pro Wrestler documentary episode. Like, he's always been on some let's give you a peek behind the curtain shit. I can't be surprised when one of the leaders behind D-Generation X, when it's time for him to be the guy with the book at the most pivotal time financially for the company, that Netflix say, hey, we want to see what's the writer's room like. He's like, bet, come the fuck on in. We're going to show y'all how we book, up to WrestleMania or whatever. It's going to be interesting TV, but I did see a lot of timeline be like, hey, that's a little too much. And I think, like this roast, it'd be a little too much, but where we're going to see a condensed, a filtered version, whatever WWE wants that writer's room to be on Netflix, we ain't seeing shit of this roast because that was too much of the pulling the curtain back. Like, if they had done something where it was like, not Tony Hinchcliffe, now do Sami Zayn, you can do Heyman. I think there's funny enough people that they could have done this in an environment where it may be a little more edgy, but it's not ridiculous.
Right.
It's not people out there airing grievances as opposed to, having
like real life grievances,
proper roast. Like, but again, at the end of the day, the shit if it's not funny, then I don't know what you're doing. And it did, from what I'm hearing, it didn't sound like it was really fun.
And that's the thing. From the audio that I heard about it, I just think people need to practice a little bit more kindness. And I even check myself sometimes, with that. But I just think that it's one that we all have conversations behind closed doors. We all have conversations amongst friends. But in a public forum, I just think it's the way that you do it, because at the end of the day, especially when some of the locker room already don't like you, when some of the fan base already don't like you.
Right.
And it's one thing I think we sometimes, and this is what happens in wrestling sometimes people use wrestling for the wrong things as far as their personality and their character. And then when real life shows up at their door, they don't know how to react, or the fans' reaction or the business reaction is, you should never take it that far. It's just wrestling. Well, you have to be mindful of what you're saying to people and how you say it, because just like, let's use this example. There are method actors. When LL Cool J did In Too Deep, he go see his family for a while. He went to a hotel room, got himself checked in, and got himself together before he went back to Simone and them kids, because he knew that he was in a space that was not healthy to see his family. This is all a TV show. Yeah. So if he's a method actor who has to do that, then as wrestlers, sometimes you got to take a chill pill and take a step back and say, hey, is this really how I feel about this person? Is this really... Is it really big,
Speaking of method acting, not to switch gears, but I thought about that with Michael B. Jordan today. Because, yes, I thought about that.
No, we're not discussing it. I ain't seen it.
I know, but like just the level of it, I was just like, because I didn't see it. The little bit that I did see, I was just like, wow, like, you know, we talk about the joke, people that have played the Joker in the past, how they've said that they've not come out of that character the same.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then when he was talking about method acting, I thought about him. And I
Word.
Just say that.
He was
LL Cool J was method for that movie.
I think LL Cool J.
That's too much of an investment there, James.
He didn't know how to do nothing but be method is the thing, and I think it's a different, interesting dance in WWE. But I think there's a way to construct it. But at the end of the day, the shit, if it's not funny, because Rock, we saying the same thing. It wasn't on. I don't care about it being mean or not mean. I think there's a way to be mean and be funny and not make it sound like you're just throwing shots at people. And I think sometimes, like I don't know if people watch The Office. There's the episode where Michael threw a roast. He had everybody roasting him, and then he got pissed off because he hated people making jokes at him. Like, you know, you got to understand the format at a certain point. And I don't know if Vegas in 2025 is where WWE was really ready to do this type of situation.
I felt like they were on bull crap for being in Vegas. Like they were on some.
They were trying to do everything. They were trying to do everything. Yeah. It's time to
like
go.
Literally everything. Taking people out, taking events out, like just real on a fuck you tip, like literally.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if I'm doing Vegas Mania again.
I don't know if I'm doing Vegas again. I'm good on Vegas.
It has never been my favorite place to go. Period. I never liked Vegas. Vegas and Miami, I hate them both.
Vegas is a 3-night town.
That is a 3-night town. Absolutely. You going to Vegas for a week? What's wrong with you? What you said? Palomino was what?
Work.
It's a 3-night town.
The nigga in the Bad News Brown said the Palomino was it. I said, oh, that's what I heard.
Shout out to Gene for.
Hey yo, on that note,
we know.
on that note, we do need to get out of here. It's been a night.
I love my brother Gene, but seeing that nigga in action outside, because I wasn't at the Palomino, so I don't know what he talking about. But seeing him do his that's a skilled man. That
nigga was molten.
What? You be talking to him 1 minute, you turn around, the nigga gone doing something else, and you like,
oh yeah, I've been there.
We was talking.
I've been there.
How you just like?
That nigga's he's a beat. And just be upstairs. I'm watching the fight.
Gone.
Yo.
It's time to get out of here. I guess the one thing, Sean Tragedy, don't beat us up. I'm not fully prepared to have a whole WWE buying a AAA conversation right now. We got a month and change before this When Worlds Collide come up. I need to do my
research too.
I saw that Alberto Del Rio or Alberto Del Patron may be on the way out.
No, he's out.
He gone.
But it was a matter of time, but there was no way he was going to be there in any capacity if WWE was going to be there.
Who's that lady in them glasses?
Hey, that's the owner, right?
Yeah, I forget her name, but yeah, that was
Medellin.
They said it looked like they bought a bunch of bricks. What you say, man?
I like Kung Fu Eddie's last comment.
What Kung Fu Eddie said? Banks do that to me every time I see him. It's crazy. Shout out Banks. I did see Banks.
We did see him too.
Shout out. It was good
so
to see
Alberto Del Rio will just never be in WWE ever again.
Nope.
That's on him. That's his fault.
No.
Why is it his fault? I don't know. Never mind. I'm a little.
No. Yeah. I think the thing is, since he's not. Again, we talked about on the pod maybe a month or so ago. There was whatever show he was at. Remember, fam? There was a whole. The crowd was fighting with him. Niggas was throwing chairs. He threw a chair back or something, and like an old lady got injured in the situation. This was just like a month or so ago. Yeah.
Who pulled the top off the table this week at Mania? Who pulled the top off the table and smacked niggas in the crowd? This was before Stone Cold ran into niggas.
That was that was early too. Was that Gunther? No, it wasn't Gunther. It was Drew McIntyre.
Drew Drew smacked 3 niggas in the front row with that goddamn tabletop.
Drew with the selfie and the tweet.
It was
Carlito got fucked up. Carlito got fucked up. You got the Frosty Yeets?
Hey, yo. Frosty Yeets sound crazy.
Penicillin, take that right out.
The thing was, so I will say, Philly WWE World Superstore greater than sign, Vegas WWE. When we was in the chat and DDM, no disrespect, DDM was like, I don't know if this is it. Don't even worry about going to this motherfucker. I shout out to him getting his moment with Bianca, but when I went to the World maybe like a day later, I'm like, yeah, DDM was right to the motherfucker. It wasn't bad, but it was given.
It wasn't given.
Less. It was not given. It was given lesser than. I didn't get to the Superstore at all.
Yeah. Them gold Vegas belts, they was gone. I saw.
They said everything was gone.
Everything was gone. Like, I'm gonna put y'all up on free game. This is DDM's merch haul suggestions. If you ever go to a WWE Superstore event or WWE World when they do this again, if you do not go the first day, within the first 2 to 3 hours, just don't go.
That's it.
Because
don't even worry about
everything that you want, that you see, is going to be gone. Because all of the collectors, all of the people who purchase and
all the Corys,
all the Foot Locker employees that's off that week,
and it's going to be gone unless you have a child or a loved one who wants to meet a superstar. If you don't go those first 2 to 3 hours, just keep your $85 and order it off of WWE.com.
Mm-hmm.
You got to meet Bianca though.
Oh yeah, I got to meet Bianca. She signed my jacket. That's going in my Bianca shrine of memorabilia. And she loved my jacket. She was totally into it.
Good.
To plain face, bare face, look good.
That's what they do.
Oh yeah. She ain't no bullshit. Bianca ain't no bullshit.
But I honestly recommend if you don't go those first 2 to 3 hours, save your money. Don't go.
That's a pro tip for
against the wall.
I do. I wonder what it's going to be like in New Orleans. Like,
it can't be a lot. It cannot be
Vegas
a lot.
is Vegas, you know. And the conversation we was having, it feels like a lot of the upcharge was just, oh, nigga, you in Vegas, you in paradise.
I'm just hoping that they listen to the sentiments on all the social platforms and take that into consideration for next year.
I feel you on that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my last PLE for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. This nigga doing the Tootsie Roll. Or...
You can't hear you. You're on mute. You on mute.
He pressed when he grabbed the mic. He pressed the mute button.
On purpose.
Nope. And
nigga, what did you?
No, that's it.
On that note,
he's so stupid.
We gotta get out.
We're gonna talk some other shows next week.
Facts. We gotta get out of here. It's only one question I gotta ask Miss Mimi. You got Black Rass of the week? The Black Rass of the Vegas week?
I'm
gonna have to ask y'all a question too after this too. I'm sorry. We'll keep going.
My Black wrestler of the whole is basically all the Black wrestlers across all promotions.
All the Blacks in the whole
from the Ashe
people.
To the
we gonna talk about
Ashes to the Black folks at Fourth Row to the Black folks at WWE. Just the Black folks.
DDM?
Everybody.
Black Wrestler of the Week. I'm going to give it to because these two ladies I saw a great outing from them this week, and it made me question. Not saying that they didn't do what they were supposed to do, but it made me question why they haven't gotten that major look yet.
Uh-huh.
Because the work that I saw was amazing. The character work was good. I don't know if past situations have affected. I'm not getting to that big show. But I'm going to give it to the tag team of Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan.
Shout out.
Fire and flavor.
Steelz and Kiera. I didn't. God damn. Fam.
Ooh. Shout out to the niggas, right? Shout out to. We see these wrestlers every week. You know what I mean? Kevin Knight is still going crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Great fourth quarter numbers. Shout out to Bobby Lashley for stealing MJF car.
Right.
But man, shout out to the niggas, man. Shout out to all the folks we saw in the crowds. You know what I mean? Niggas that we dapped up and hugged all weekend.
Word.
Yeah, just the real people. God dang it.
Shout out. Brother Matthew.
Charity King, shout out for giving me a
Oh my God.
Shout out.
Yeah, true. I saw that.
Not even the Ashe shit, because they went ham.
They did.
For giving me a birthday shout out.
I did. I understand that. I do understand that. I think my Black Rasslins of the week. I'm gonna go New Day. I in a sea of matches that a lot of people are kind of like, that was one of those ones where at the very least the outcome was the outcome, because now them brothers got the titles. I don't know what's happening.
Hey, can we block Chris Brown?
This wild.
Why?
Can we block Chris Brown right now?
I've been telling y'all about Kevin Knight for 3 to 4 years. So what? We just didn't know who Kevin Knight was? That's what you're saying?
Oh God!
You know, put that on the screen.
So since 2021, we just didn't know who Kevin Knight was.
This cat.
I got to go in the DM and see when we first started talking to Kevin Knight.
Don't even pull the receipts from before he started wrestling.
I mean, we had the whole conversation.
Cat.
Hey, Bama. That's it's a faction. It's a faction. Shout out to my wise man. Bad liquor. You know what I mean? Put your thumbs up. Everybody put your thumbs up. You know what I mean? Shout out.
Liquor.
Yeah, man. God dang it.
Wait, no. So I'd be remiss because we didn't really have a conversation. The one thing that I hated that I missed was that Ashe show Thursday morning. Everybody who talked about it, who went to that show, said that shit was hard.
Mm-hmm.
Every match, it was Team Darius versus Team Darius.
Mm.
It was the women's tag. It was Shug D.
Man like Darius.
Someone who was in the chat. Hold up. Did we have that one star?
Oh, it was Sloan. Shout out Sloan.
Yeah, Sloan said, man, like Darius versus Leon Slater was
them
matching
niggas went
the weekend.
crazy.
Oh, they went crazy.
Leon Slater went ham at the fourth rope show too.
Niggas snatched it. What did niggas say? You ain't got no waves, nigga. That was hard. They chanted.
I want you to understand that Kevin Knight spoke to me in the DMs maybe 2018.
It was a minute ago.
No, we'll block it because I don't know why you taking this serious. I don't know why you answering this. I really don't know why. I don't know why you answering.
No, I have to because people like Chris Brown speak with so much, you know what I mean? Like so much that he believes what he's saying.
He does not. He does. No, he's smiling right now, and I know the exact smile. He's smiling right now.
He's
giggling
because he
took the bait.
He's not smiling because he on that scooter.
Just
on that note, we need to get out of here. We need
leave my brother Chris Brown alone.
Me, where can the people find you on them social media this week?
You know where to find me.
On the buckle?
On the buckle.
When?
On the Tuesday at 6:35.
Going up. Oh, sorry.
Does the buckle need an intro?
Everybody get your roll on.
And the buckle
is 6 years.
Hold up now.
The buckle is 6 years. May 15th will be 6 years.
Yo, what
May
we doing?
15th.
We turn it up.
Niggas face Cal coming.
You said what?
What? What'd you say?
No, don't.
What
don't
did you
no,
say?
no,
Got the
no,
chat
don't you?
going
No,
up.
you don't need to repeat that.
On a
He
Tuesday.
don't. No, he don't. He don't.
Girl,
Hey Cal. Hey Cal. Play the DDM. God dang it. Play
DDM.
It's time for all your niggas. God dang it. It is time for all your niggas.
DDM. Where can the people find themselves as DDM and the Gold Dust?
You can find shout out to y'all for listening to Gold Dust. I really appreciate it. You can find me at Dapper Damitis on everything. Make sure you download and listen to Gold Dust. I think I'm going to do a video for it because the people are responding to it on all platforms.
Brother Fan.
Acknowledge me. Put the thumbs up.
Hey yo.
Hey, shout out to everybody from Vegas. Shout out to cousin. Shout out to all y'all niggas. Shout out to the backyard again. So y'all niggas know who y'all is, man. Big love, good seeing y'all this weekend. And Vegas ain't gonna be back for a while.
Yeah.
No, one thing I will say, big shout out to Kel Dansby.
Yes,
Shout out.
God dang it.
Looking out.
I heard that was the situation.
Coming,
The wildest-
that might be the best way to watch.
Wildest personal request of my life. Like, hey, can me and 8 niggas show up?
I got a +8. I heard that shit was dope.
Come
though.
on.
It's the best way to watch a pay-per-view in a fucking a huge ass pool with a fucking huge ass screen, drinks, sun. It was best. It was the best. It was the best.
Mostly good company.
That's
like
right.
that.
That's
No,
right.
I like that. This nigga. Speaking of
Hey, guys. Hey, come over here.
belated birthday.
That's right.
Everybody
My
get your
man.
roll. Everybody get your motherfucking roll.
That's it.
Roll
That's
on.
it.
That's right.
I push big whips like ghetto ass shit. I got nice cars. I sit in bars
All weekend. All weekend.
At Cal on Twitter.
All weekend. All
At
weekend.
Black Rasslin on all the social medias. BlackRasslin.com is a website like the Wrestling Wind Down told y'all. YouTube.com/Black Rasslin every Thursday night, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We give you 5 mics of that real shit. Podcast. You ain't rocking with us. Patreon.com/Black Rasslin. Pay that 1, pay that 10. We giving you all the stuff we can. LFGs, Dark Side of Rings. I'm gonna try and watch some of these NXT Stand and Delivers that I ain't watched in real life.
Speaking of watching things and things that are black.
I like this. Patreon.com/Black Rasslin. Pay that 1, pay that 10. You should already know what that means because it's about time. It's about time. Shout out Chris Bay. I seen that brother walk. He walking on stage. The brother walked by me. I said, "Hey, I gotta dap you up." I don't even picture. Shout out to you, my brother. Peace to y'all. Thanks everybody we saw in Vegas. We ain't going nowhere. We continuing this road to WrestleMania New Orleans next week with a bunch of more shenanigans. Pay the 1, pay the 10. Drop something in the collection pay. You already know that vibe. We out. We gotta get the hell out of here. It is time to go. DDM, please take us out.
Isn't it ironic? All you want to do is so chronic. But then you forgot when you were down. Who was around? I can't